जय
जय
अमदपुरी वैष्णव वृंद की
जय
जय
नामाचार्य दास ठाकुर की
जय
जय
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त
जय
जय
गो प्रेमानंदे
हरि हरि
हरि
बोल।
हरि बोल।
all glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, always Guru God. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो
नमो
भगवते
भगवते
वासुदेवाय।
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम
ओम नमो
नमो भगवते
भगवते
वासुदेवाय।
वासुदेवाय।
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम
ओम
नमो
नमो
भगवते
भगवते
वासुदेवाय।
वासुदेवाय।
Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1 Creation, Chapter 10, Departure of Lord Krishna for Dwaraka. Today's verses 29 to 32. So, verse 29. Ya
या
या
Virya
वीर्य
Shulkena
शुल्केन
Hataha
रताः
तदाह
Swayamvare
स्वयंवरे
स्वयंवरे
Pramatya
प्रमध्य
Chaitya
चैद्य
Pramukhan
प्रमुखान
प्रमुखान
Ki
की
Shushmina
सुष्मिणा
सुष्मिना
Pradyumna
प्रद्युम्ना
प्रद्युम्ना
Samba
सांबा
सांबा
Amba
आंबा
अम्बा
Sudha
सुधा
Adaya
आदयो
आदय
Apara
अपरा
अपरा
Ya
या
या
Cha
च
च
Ahrita
आहृता
आकृता
Aumavade
भौमवदे
भौमवदे
Sahasrashaha
सहस्र
सहस्रशः
Ya Veerashulkena Hadaha Swayamvare
या
या
वीर्या
वीरशुल्केन हृदा स्वयंवरे
स्वयंवरे
Pramatya Chaitya Pramukhan Hishishmina Shushmina
प्रमत्थ जैद्य प्रमुखान् हि
प्रमुखान्
सुष्मिणा
सुष्मिणा
Pradyutna Sambamba Sudadayo Para
प्रद्युम्न साम्बाम्ब सुदादयो परा
Yaschahruda Bhumavade Sahasrasha
यश्चाहृदा
यश्चाहृतभौमवदे
भौमपदे
सहस्रशः
सहस्रशः
Ya Veerashulkena Hadaha Swayamvare
या
या
वीर्यशुल्केन
वीरशुल्केन
हृता
हृदा
स्वयंवरे
स्वयंवरे
Pramatya Chaitya Pramukhan Shushmina
प्रमथ्या चैद्या प्रमुखान् हि सुष्मिना
Pradyutna Sambamba
प्रमध्य
Sudadayo Para
प्रमुखान् हि सुष्मिणा
प्रमिनासाम्बाम्ब सुतदयो अपरा
Yaschahruda Bhumavade
प्रद्युम्न
Sahasrasha
साम्बाम्ब सुदादयो परा
यश्चात्र भौमवदे
यश्चाहृदा
सहस्रशः
भौमपदे सहस्रशः
Ya Veerashulkena Hadaha Swayamvare
या
या
वीर्यासुल्केन हृता
वीरशुल्केन हृदा
स्वयंवरे
स्वयंवरे
Pramatya Chaitya Pramukhan Shushmina
प्रमथ्या चैद्या
प्रमथचैद्या प्रमुखान् हि सुष्मिणा
Pradyutna Sambamba Sudadayo Para
प्रद्युम्न
प्रद्युम्न
साम्बाम्ब
साम्बाम्ब
सुतदयो अपरा
परा
Yaschahruda Bhumavade Sahasrasha
यश्चाहत्
यश्चाहृदा
भौमवदे
भौमपदे
सहस्रशः
सहस्रशः।
Hare Krishna. Sarjamaji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। या वीरशुल्केन हृदा स्वयंवरे प्रमध्य चैद्य प्रमुखान् हि सुष्मिणा प्रद्युम्न साम्बाम्ब सुदादयो परा यश्चाहृदा भौमपदे सहस्रशः। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Yes, Manohari Maji.
हरे कृष्ण। या वीर्यशुल्केन हृदा स्वयंवरे प्रमथ्य चैद्य प्रमुखान् हि सुष्मिनः प्रद्युम्न साम्बाम्ब सुधादयो अपराय च हृदा भौमवदे सहस्रशः। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, it is sloka number?
Shloka number 29.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Yes. Merindamaji.
Hare Krishna. Ya virya shulkena hrita swayamvare pramatya chaidya pramukhan hi sushmina pradyumna sambamba sutadayo apara chaharita bhaume vadhe sahasrashaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right. Siddhamaji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। या वीर्य शुल्के न हरतः स्वयंवरे प्रमथ्य चेद प्रमुखान् हि सुस्मिन प्रद्युम्न संबंब सुतादयो पर यस्य हृता भौमवधे सहस्रशः। May I read, Prabhuji?
Yes.
Synonyms: yeah, the lady, virya, prowess, shulkena, by payment of the price, hita, taken away by force, swayambare, in the open selection of the bridegroom, pramathya, harassing, chaidya, king Sishupala, pramukhan, headed by he, positively, susminah, all very powerful, Pradyumna, Krishna's son, Samba, Amba, Suta Adayah, children, Aparaha, other ladies, Yah, those, Cha, also, Ar, Arhatah, similarly brought, Bhauma Badhe, after killing kings, Sahasrasaha, by the thousands. Translation: the children of these ladies are Pradumna, Samba, Amba, etc. Ladies like Rukmini, Satyabhama, and Jamamanti were forcibly taken away by him from their Swayambara ceremonies after he defeated many powerful kings headed by Sisupal, and other ladies were also forcibly taken away by him after he killed Bhaumasura and thousands of his assistants. All of these ladies are glorious. Purport: by his divine grace, ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय. Exceptionally qualified daughters of powerful kings were allowed to make a choice of their own bridegrooms in open competition, and such ceremonies were called Swayamvar, or selection of the bridegroom, because the Swayamvar was an open competition between the rebel and valiant prince. Such princes were invited by the father of the princess, and usually there were regular fight between the invited princely order in a sporting spirit. But it so happened that sometimes the brilliant princes were killed in such marriage fighting, and the victorious prince was offered the trophy princess for whom so many princes died. Rukmini, the principal queen of Lord Krishna, was the daughter of the king of Vidarbha, who wished that his qualified and beautiful daughter be given away to Lord Krishna. But her elder brother wanted her to be given away to King Shishupala, who happened to be a cousin of Krishna. So there was open competition, and as usual, Lord Krishna emerged successful after harassing Shishupal and other princes by his unrivaled prowess. Krukmini had 10 sons like Pradumna. There were other queens also taken away by Lord Krishna in similar way. Full description of this beautiful booty of Lord Krishna will be given in the 10th canto. There were 16,100 beautiful girls who were daughters of many kings and were forcibly stolen by Bhaumasura, who kept them captive for his carnal desire. These girls prayed piteously to Lord Krishna for their deliverance, and the merciful Lord, called by their fervent prayer, released them all by fighting and killed Bhaumasura. All these captive princes were then accepted by the Lord as his wives. Although, in the estimation of society, they were all fallen girls, the all powerful Lord Krishna accepted the humble prayers of these girls and married them with the adoration of queens. So, altogether, Lord Krishna had 16,108 queens at Dwarka, and in each of them he begot 10 children. All these children grew up, and each had as many children as the father. The aggregate of the family number in the millions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Text 30. Edaha
एताः
param
परं
Param
stritvam
स्त्रीत्वं
Stritvam
abastapeshalam
अभास्तपेशलं
Abhastapesalam
nirastashaucham
निरस्तशौचं
Nirastashaucham
bata
बता
Bata
Bata
sadhu
साधु
Sadhu
purvade
पूर्वते
Purvade
yasam
व्यासा
Yasam
Yasam
grihat
गृहा
Grihat
Griha
pushkaralochana
पुष्करलोचना
Pushkare
Pushkaralochana
Lochana
padi
पदे
Pade
na
न
Na
jatu
जातु
Jatu
Jatu
apeti
अपेति
Apaiti
Apati
ahridvi
आकृति
Akriti
Akriti
hridi
हृदि
Hridi
Hridi
sprishan
स्पर्शन
Darshan
Sparshan
edaha param stritvam abastapesharam
एताः
Edaha
Etaha
param
Param
Sritam
Sritam
Vastapesalam
Apastapesalam
nirasta shaucham badasadu purvade
Nirasta
Nirasta
Saucham
Shaucham
Bata Sadhu Purvate
Sadhu
yasam grihat
Purvade
pushkaralochana padi
Yasam
Ganga
Grihat Pushkaralochana
Lochana
Pade
Pati
ajadopeti ahridvi hridi sprishan
Najatavaitya
Najatvatya
Hridir Hridis
Hriti
Prashan
Virti
स्पर्शन
edaha
Prushan
param stritvam abastapesharam
Etaha param
Etaha
Sritam
Param Sritam
Vastapesalam
Apastapesalam
nirasta shaucham badasadu purvade
Nirasta
Nirasta
Saucham
Shaucham
Bata Sadhu
Bhadasadu
Purvate
Purvade
यासां गृहात् पुष्करलोचनपदी
Yasam
Yasam
Grihat
Grihat Pushkaram
Pushkaralochana Pade
न चादुपेति अहृदिभिर्हृदि स्पृशन्
Najatavaitya
Jato
Hridir
Apeti
Hridis Prashan
Arhi
वेदाम्बरं श्रीत्वम् अपास्तकुपेशलम्
Etah Param
Etaparam
Sritam
Sritam Vastapesalam
Apastapesalam
निरस्तशौचं वदसाधु पूर्वदे
Nirasta
Nirasta
Saucham
Shaucham
Bata
Bhadasadu
Sadhu
Purvade
Purvate
यासां गृहात् पुष्करलोचनपदी
Yasam
Yasam
Grihat
Grihat
Pushkaralochana
Pushkaralochana
Pade
Pati
न चातुपेति अहृदिभिर्हृदि स्पृशन्
Najato Peti
Najatavaitya Hridir Hridis Prashan
Virti Prushan
तर्जमादि
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Eda param sristam abhastapeshalam nirasta shaujam badasadu purvade yasam grihat pushkaralo jana pade najata vaikya hridibir hridis prashan. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण मनोहरि माजी
श्री कृष्ण एता परं स्त्रीत्वमवस्थपेशलं निरस्तशौचं पद साधु कुर्वदे यासां गृहात् पुष्करलोचनपदे राजात्ववैदे आकृतिभिर्हृदि स्पर्शान् हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण स्निग्ध माजी
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Etah parasritvam apastapeshalam nirasta sauchang bata sadhu kurbate eshang gruhat puke askara lochana pati na jatva petya hriti virhati spurshan. Hare Krishna.
गोविंद माजी
हरे कृष्ण एता परं स्थितवम् अपस्थिपेशलं निरस्तशौचं बत साधु कुर्वते यासां गृहात् पुष्करालोचनपतिर्न जात्वा अपेति आहृतिभिर्हृदि स्पृशन् Mary Prabhuji.
यस
Etah, all these women, Param, highest, Stritvam, womanhood. Apastapeshalam, without individuality. Nirasta, without. Shaucham, purity. Bata sadhu, auspiciously glorified. Kurvate, do they make. Yasam, from whose. Grahat, homes. Pushkara lochanaha, the lotus eyed. Patihi, husband. Na jatu, never at any time. Apeti, goes away. Aharit tibhi, by presentation. Riddhi, in the heart. Sprashan, endeared. Translation: all these women auspiciously glorify their lives despite their being without individuality and without purity. Their husband, the lotus eyed personality of Godhead, never left them alone at home. He always pleased their hearts by making valuable presentations. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ji ki Jai. The devotees of the Lord are purified souls. As soon as the devotees surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord sincerely, the Lord accepts them, and thus the devotees at once become free from all material contaminations. Such devotees are above the three modes of material nature. There is no bodily disqualification of a devotee, just as there is no qualitative difference between the Ganges water and the filthy drain water when they are amalgamated. Women, merchants, and laborers are not very intelligent, and thus it is very difficult for them to understand the science of God or to be engaged in the devotional service of the Lord. They are more materialistic, and less than them are the Kiratas, Hunas, Andhras, Pulindas, Pulkashas, Abhiras, Kankas, Yavanas, Khasas, etc. But all of them can be delivered if they are properly engaged in the devotional service of the Lord. By engagement in the service of the Lord, the designated disqualifications are removed, and as pure souls, they become eligible to enter into the kingdom of God. The fallen girls, under the clutches of Bhaumasura, sincerely prayed to the Lord, Sri Krishna, for their deliverance, and their sincerity of purpose made them at once pure by virtue of devotion. The Lord, therefore, accepted them as his wives, and thus their lives became glorified. Such auspicious glorification was still more glorified when the Lord played with them as the most devoted husband. The Lord used to live with his 16,108 wives constantly. He expanded himself into 16,108 plenary portions, and each and every one of them was the Lord himself without deviation from the original personality. The Shruti mantra affirms that the Lord can expand himself into many. As husband of so many wives, he pleased them all with presentations, even at a costly endeavor. He brought the Parijat plant from heaven and implanted it at the palace of Satyabhama, one of the principal queens. If therefore anyone desires the Lord to become one's husband, the Lord fulfills such desires in full. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Text 31. Evam
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 एवं
vidha
एवं
evam
विधा
gadantinam
गतान्तिनां
gadantinam
sa
सा
gira
गिरा
gira
purayoshidam
Purayoshita
purayoshita
योषितां
nirikshanena
Nirishana
निरीक्षणेन
nirikshena
abhinandan
Abhinandan
अभिनन्दन
abhinandan
sasmidena
सस्मितेन
tasmidena
yayayo
yayayo
sorry yayo
Yaya
ययो
yayo
hari
हरि
Hari
evam vidha gadantinam sa evam
एवं
vidha
विदा
gadantinam
गतान्तीनां सा
एवं
ida
ददागदान्तीनां
gadantinam
गिरा पुरयोषिताम्
sa gira purayoshidam
Sagira
गिरा
purayoshita
Purayoshita
शिव
nirekshanena abhinandan
निरीक्षणेन
निरीक्षणेन
Nirishana
abhinandan
अभिनन्दन्
अभिनन्दन
तस्मिदेन ययौ हरि
तस्मिदेन ययौ हरि
एवं विधा गदन्तीनाम्
एवं विधा गदन्तीनां
स गिरा पुरयोषिताम्
सागिरापुरयोषिताम्
निरीक्षणेनाभिनन्दन्
निरीक्षणेनाभिनन्दन्
सस्मिदेन ययौ हरि
तस्मिदेन ययौ हरि
एवं विधा गदन्तीनाम्
एवं विधा
गदन्तीनां
स गिरा पुरयोषिताम्
सागिरापुरयोषिताम्
निरीक्षणेनाभिनन्दन्
निरीक्षणेनाभिनन्दन्
सस्मिदेन ययौ हरि
तस्मिदेन
ययौ हरि।
शैलजा माताजी।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। एवं विधा गदन्तीनां सगिरा पुरयोषितां निरीक्षणेनाभिनन्दन् सस्मितेन ययो हरि। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा। स्निग्धा माजी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। एवं विधा गदन्तीनां सगिरा पुरयोषितं निरीक्षणेनाभिनन्दनं सस्मितेन ययौ हरिः। हरे कृष्ण।
मेरिंदा माजी।
हरे कृष्ण। एवं विधा गदन्तीनां सागिरापुरयोषितां निरीक्षणेनाभिनन्दन् सस्मितेन ययो हरिः।
हरे कृष्ण। यस मनोहरी माजी।
हरे कृष्ण। एवं विधा गदन्तीनां सगिरा पुरयोषितां निरीक्षणेनाभिनन्दन् सस्मितेन ययौ हरिः. Synonymous. Evam vida, in this way, Gadandinam, thus praying and talking about him. Saha, he, the Lord. Giraha, of words. Pura Yoshidam, of the ladies of the capital. Nirikshanena, by his grace of glancing over them. Abhinandan, and greeting them. Sasmidena, with a smiling face. Yayav, departed. Harihi, the personality of Godhead. Translation by his divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. While the ladies of the capital, Hastinapura, were greeting him and talking in this way, the Lord, smiling, accepted their good greetings and casting the grace of his glance over them, he departed from the city. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, verse 32. Ajadashatru
Ajadashatru
Prutanam
Pradhanam
Gopiyaya
गोपीयया
Gopithaya
गोपीताय
Madhudvisha
Madhudvisha
Parebhya
Parebhya
Shankida
Sankida
शङ्किता
Sneha
Sneha
Prayunta
Prayukta
युक्ता
Chadurangani
Sadurangani
Ajadashatru Prutanam
Ajadashatru
अजातशत्रुप्रदनां
Gopithaya Madhudvisha
Gopitaya
गोपीताय
Madhudvisha
Parebhya Shankida Sneha
Parebhya
परेभ्यः
Sankida
सङ्गीतस्नेहात्
Prayunta Chadurangina
Prayukta
चतुरङ्गिणी
Prayukta Chadurangini
प्रायुङ्क्ता चतुरङ्गिणी
Ajadashattu Prudinam
Ajadashatru
अजातशत्रुप्रदनां
Pradhanam
Gopithaya Madhudvisha
Gopitaya
गोपीतामोदिषा
Parebhya Shankida Sneha
Parebhya Sankida
सङ्गीतस्नेहात्
Prayunta Chadurangini
Prayukta
प्रायुङ्क्ता चतुरङ्गिणी
Ajadashattu Prudinam
Ajadashatru
अजातशत्रुप्रदनां
Pradhanam
Gopithaya Madhudvisha
Gopitaya
गोपीताय
Madhudvisha
मधुदृशा
Parebhya Shankida Sneha
Parebhya Sankida Sneha
स्नेहात्
Prayunta Chadurangini
Prayukta
प्रायुङ्क्ता
Sadurangini
चतुरङ्गिणी
Sorry, Jamaji.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। अजात शत्रु प्रदनाम गोविधाय मधुदुषा परे संगीत स्नेह प्रायुक्ता चतुरंकिणी। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण। बोलो हरि माजी।
हरे कृष्ण। अजात शत्रु प्रदनाम गोपीताया मधुद्विषः परेभ्य संगीता स्नेहात् प्रायुक्ता चतुरंगिणी। हरे कृष्ण।
वृंदा माजी।
हरे कृष्ण। अजाता शत्रु प्रतानां गोपिताय मधुद्विष परेभ्यः संकितः स्नेहात् प्रयुक्ता चतुरंगिनीं। हरे कृष्ण।
राइट। सिद्धा माजी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। अजात शत्रु प्रीतनां गोपीथाय मधुद्विषः परिभ्यः संकितः स्नेहात् प्रायुक्ता चतुरंगिणीम्। Synonyms: Ayata Satruhu, Maharaj Yudhishthira, who was no one's enemy. Prithanam, defensive force. Gopithaya, for giving protection. Madhu Dvisha, of the enemies of Madhu, Sri Krishna. Paribhya, from others enemies. Sankita, being afraid of. Snehat, out of affection. Prayukta, engaged. Chaturanginim, four defensive divisions. Translation: Maharaja Yudhishthira, although no one's enemy, engaged four divisions of defense: horse, elephant, chariot, and army to accompany Lord Krishna, the enemy of the Asuras, demons. The Maharaja did this because of the enemy and also out of affection for the Lord. Purport: by his divine grace, ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद जी की जय. Natural defensive measures are horses and elephants combined with chariots and men. Horses and elephants are trained to move to any part of the hills or forests and plains. The charioteers could fight with many horses and elephants by the strength of powerful arrows, even up to the standard of the Brahmastra, similar to modern atomic weapons. Maharaj Yudhishthira knew well that Krishna is everyone's friend and well wisher, and yet there were asuras who were by nature envious of the Lord. So, out of fear of attack from others and out of affection also, he engaged all varieties of defensive forces as bodyguards of Lord Krishna. If required, Lord Krishna himself was sufficient to defend himself from the attack of others who counted the Lord as their enemy. But still, he accepted all the arrangements made by Maharaja Yudhishthir because he could not disobey the king, who was his elder cousin. The Lord placed the part of a subordinate in his transcendental spotting, and thus sometimes he puts himself in the care of Yashoda Mata for his protection in his so called helplessness of childhood. That is the transcendental Leela or pastime of the Lord. The basic principle for all transcendental exchanges between the Lord and his devotees is exhibited to enjoy a transcendental bliss for which there is no comparison, even up to the level of Brahmananda. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सागररघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमदे भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती नामिने श्री वाषभानवी देवी दैत्याय कृपाब्दे कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः माधुर्योजन प्रेमाढ्या रूपानुगा भक्तिदा गौरकरुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनदारिणे रूपानुगा विरुद्ध सिद्धांत द्वंद्वहारिणे नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्बर सांबोधे पादाम्बुजये ते नमः नम भक्ति विनोदाय सचिदानंद नामिने गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगावराय ते गौरा विभव भूमेष्टम निर्दिष्टा सज्जन प्रिया वैष्णव सार्वभौमो श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथा श्री जीवा गोपाल भट्टा दास रघुनाथा एचाय गोसाय कोरि चरण बंदन जहाँ मोते विज्ञानास अभीष्ट पूरण वांछा कल्पद्रुवश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महवदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्तुषे नमः पंचतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तियम् हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगल्पदे गोपेशा गोपिका कांदा राधा कांदा नमस्तुते जयदां सरदो पंगोर्मम मंदमदेर्गदे मत्सर्वस्वपदाम्बोजो राधा मदनमोहनो दिव्यावृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमदा श्रीमद्नागरसिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद्राधा शीलगोविन्ददेवो प्रेष्ठालिभिः स्मरामि श्रीमन्रासरसारम्भिमं श्रीवडतडस्थितः कर्षन् वेणुसुनैर्गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रियेतुना तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे या वीरशुल्केन हताः स्वयंवरे प्रमथ्य चेद्या प्रमुखान् हि शुष्मिणाम् प्रद्युम्न साम्बाम्बा सुदादया पराम् यस्त्राहृदा भौमावदे सहस्रशाम्. The children of these ladies are Pradyumna, Samba, Amba, etc. Ladies like Rukmini, Satyabhama and Jambavati were forcibly taken away by him from their Swayamvara ceremonies after he defeated many powerful kings headed by Shishupala. And other ladies were also forcibly taken by him after he killed Bhaumasura and thousands of his assistants. All these ladies are glorious. Hare Krishna. So in the previous three verses, Krishna's relationship with residents of Mathura, Dwaraka, and Vrindavan are detailed. Mathura, relationship between Krishna and Madhuravasis I accept as sweet. And with Dwaraka, it is sweeter with their 16,108 wives. All of them are very much attached to Krishna, always eager to serve him. And throughout their life is meant for serving him only. There are various passages in Srimad Bhagavatam, especially the dialogues, conversations between Rukmini Devi and Krishna is very famous. Krishna is making fun of Rukmini's, why she married him. That's a very famous passage. And Rukmini first loses her consciousness because Krishna is asking her, you divorce me because there are so many eligible kings and princesses who are ready to marry you. Why you marry this Goba? And so many disqualifications he is giving himself. So after reviving her consciousness, she started a very nice reply. It is very famous in Srimad Bhagavatam. It is said that there's a pastime in Guruvayur temple where there's a great devotee called Puntanam. So Puntanam used to give Bhagavatam classes in front of this mandapam, in front of the deities. So every day he used to give classes, reading to Srimad Bhagavatam and explaining these cantos. Then one day, he finished this particular passage where Rukmini Devi and Sri Krishna's conversation is there. Then while returning his illam, his house, is a bit far away from Guruvayur. On the way, he suddenly found out that he had forgotten his book, Bhagavatam book, it's not with him. So immediately went back. While going back, all the doors, everything was closed, but he could peek through this door and could see Paramashiva, Lord Shiva, giving discourse on Srimad Bhagavatam to Parvati Devi and his other devotees. And he was given the same class given by Pundanam. So after class, Shiva asked Parvati, how was his class? Parvati said, it's very good, but better was Pundanam's class. So this relationship the devotees are having with Krishna. So the relationship with the Dwaraka ladies are sweeter. We are so devoted to Krishna. But the highest is the relationship the gopis having Krishna. It's incomparable with anything. And once again. And the bhava that is prevailing in the Vrindavan is paragiya. There is two types of bhavas in Madhurya Rasa. One is Sukhiya and Paragiya. Sukhiya is the relationship that the wife is having with the Krishna, Dwaraka. And Paragiya is Gopi's relationship with Krishna. The difference is that there is a legitimate relationship between wives and Krishna, but the relationship with Gopis with Krishna is not legitimate. But even not caring for social norms and social customs, the Gopis sacrifice everything for Krishna's pleasure. So their love for Krishna is accepted as highest. Now in this verse 29, he said that the children of these ladies, Krishna had married 8 principal wives of Krishna. They were Rukmini, Satyabhama, Jambavati, Kalindi, Mitrabinda, Nagnajiti, Bhadra, and Lakshmana. So, in each of these queens, he had shown his prowess as a Kshatriya. So, in the Swayamvaras arranged by the fathers of these beautiful queens, they had made a very strict test for proving the strength of the desired persons who were desiring to marry their daughters. So Krishna passed each one of them. And so Krishna married all 8. And especially in the case of Rukmini Devi and Satyabhama, etc., there was a big fight. Because as Krishna, Srila Prabhupada explains in purport, Rukmini was a daughter of king of Vidarbha. The king wanted Rukmini to be married to Krishna, but elder brother Rukma, he was more interested in getting Rukmini married to Shishupala, who is cousin of Krishna, because Shishupala and Rukma were very friends. And since Shishupala hated Krishna, Rukma also hated Krishna, so he didn't want his sister to be married to Krishna. So he arranged for a marriage with Rukma, so Shishupala. So Rukmini Devi sent a message to a Brahmana, to Krishna, to please come and rescue her, kidnap her. So Krishna happily did that, and he defeated all the warriors of Rukma, and he humiliated Rukma also. So that is one of the pastimes in the 10th canto. And afterwards, Krishna married 16,100 wives. So 16,100 girls who were captured by Narakasura from various kingdoms. He captured them and made them and locked them up in their rooms, and this for his carnal desire. He used to satisfy his lust. These girls were suffering like anything. So they sincerely prayed to Krishna, please come and save us. So Krishna obliged. Krishna came and killed Narakasura, and he released all the 16,100 wives. Sorry, girls. And then the girls were asking Krishna, my dear Krishna, we cannot go back to our father's place now because we are spoiled. We've been spoiled by Narakasura. So we have nowhere to go. So please protect us. And Krishna said, okay. And what is the best way to protect them? Marry them. So Krishna married all the 16,100 girls who were captives of Narakasura. So altogether, Krishna had 16,108 wives, and he married them through different types of marriages. In the Vedic system, there are 8 types of marriages. I've shared in the group, in the Srimad Bhagavatam group. There's a Srimad Bhagavatam group. These devotees here. So one is Brahma marriage. Brahma marriage is where boy can get married once he completed his friendhood, brahmacharya. And he is highly qualified brahmachari, and the father will ensure that he knows all the Vedas. So asking dowry and all that's considered a sin. So among all 8 types of marriages, Brahma marriage is considered to be the highest. The second one is Deva marriage, which is considered slightly inferior because it's degraded to womanhood, where the woman's family will wait for a specific time to get her wed. If she doesn't get a suitable groom, then she will be married after a place where family chooses by matchmaking through a priest, etc., etc. Means the husband may not be as qualified as a bachelor, one person who has completed his brahmacharya. And next one is Arsha marriage, where the girl is married off to a saint. Like you have in the case of Devahudi. Devahudi was married to Kardamamuni. Kardamamuni is a saint and Devahudi is a princess. So this is called Arsha marriage. And this is Prajapatiya marriage. And in the case of Brahma marriage, the boy goes in search of wife. So that is womanhood is appreciated. And other types of marriages, the father of the bride goes in search of the groom. So this is not, it's supposed to be inferior. In sense, the womanhood is inferior. It's slightly considered inferior in this case. And after this, there are some Asuric marriages like Gandharva Vivaha, Asura marriage. Gandharva is forcefully taking away the girl. Asura marriage is where the groom's desire for dowry, which is now happening here all over India, is supposed to be Asura marriages. This is a marriage where the groom may not be often compatible with the bride and may even possess some abnormality, but either greed or compulsion on the part of bride's father, coupled with groom's desire and wealth, may run great. So then the Rakshasa marriage, there the demonic nature people will go to the bride's place, family, and kill the family members and take the girl away by force. And the last one is even more worse, Paishacha marriage, where this girl is seduced by giving them some intoxicants and all that, and then she is forced to wedlock. So these are the different types which we have shared in the group, in the Vedic society. Out of that, Brahma Vivaha is supposed to be the best, and Swayamvara also best, because here the girl has a choice. And the girl is in superior position because she chooses her husband. So when Krishna had 16,108 wives, he begot 10 children from each of his wife. And Pradyumna was the son of Rukmini, Samba was a son of Jambavati, and Amba was a son of Nagnaji. And when these children grew up, they also had as many children as their father, because the 16,108 into 10 means 1,61,080 children Krishna had. And this 1,61,000 boys, they had 10 children each, which means around more than 16 lakhs. So the total population of Krishna's family will be reaching about 2 million, almost 2 million. So edaha param stritvam apastapeshana nirasta shaucham padasadu urvade yasam grihat pushkara lojana padi najatopeti hridivir hridispushan. All these women auspiciously glorified their lives despite their being without individuality and without purity. Their husband, the lotus-eyed personality of Godhead, never left them alone at home. He always plays their hearts by making valuable presentations. He always pleased their hearts by making valuable presentations. So here Krishna's another qualities highlighted here. How he cared for his wives. All these women, especially 16,100 girls kidnapped by Bhaumasura, they had lost the individuality and they without purity. But they got purity back because they worship Krishna in their hearts. Although they may be impure from point of view of our society, They were pure in the sense that they always had Krishna in their hearts only. So this is actually no place for impurity here. They are pure devotees. Because they are above the modes of material nature. So the bodily disqualification of devotee should be disregarded. Just as there is a qualitative difference between Ganges water and filthy drain water when they are amalgamated. So this is a verse. Srila Prabhupada is taking this idea from verse in Videshamrta, verse number 6. It's a very nice verse. Dishtei Subhava Janite Babuscha Doshe Na Pragrudatvam Yabhakta Janasya Pashye Gangabhasam Nakhalu Bhubudafena Pankhe Brahma Darvatvam Abhagacchadi Niradharme. If you are seeing persons who are devotees of Krishna, they may be apparently, they may have some defective organs. Physically, they may be defective, or they may be coming from an inferior background. Their kula may not be so high or prominent. But a devotee should not look into this. It's a warning to us that a pure devotee may have some shortcomings physically as well as from background also, but one should not overlook. One should always overlook a devotee is having been born in a low family, a body with bad complexion, or a deformed body, or a diseased or infirm body. Such defects or imperfections sometimes may be prominent in the body of a devotee, pure devotee. But despite these defects, the body of pure devotee is not polluted. So comparison is given. Ganga basam na khulu bubudha fena pangen. Ganga, sometimes there will be mud, there will be foam, bubbles, everything will be there in Ganga. But the Brahma, what is called Brahma Dravattam. Brahma Dravattam is the transcendental nature of Ganges. Brahma Dravattam abhagachari nira dharme. The transcendental nature of Ganga water is never lost because it is mixed with some mud, some foam, some bubbles. Just like that, just as the Ganges waters do not become polluted, those who are advanced in spiritual understanding will bathe in Ganges without considering the condition of water. So, this is a very nice verse. Of course, next of instruction is jewels, 11 jewels. 2 different occasions we had taken a seminar on next of instruction. Maybe perhaps we may do it also sometimes in the future. So in next verse, in that verse, it is also Srila Prabhupada quotes from this one also, and Bhagavad Gita also, because women, merchants, laborers are not very intelligent, and thus it is very difficult for them to understand the signs of God. This is verse, Siddhamaji. He says that by those born in sinful yonis like women, Shudras and Vaishyas, they can also attain the Supreme. It's in the 9th chapter. Mam tu Bharta Vibhashitya Evisyu Pavayonaya Sriyam Vaishyam Stadam Shudras Tebiyandi Param Gadim. Vaishyas Shudras and Striyam, women, are not considered to be very intelligent. And lower than this Vaishya Shudra, there is another class which is outside this Varnashrama system. This mentioned in that, these types are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, chapter 4, verse 18. Kirada Hundandra Pulinda Pulkusha Abhira Shumba Yavana Kasadaya Ye Anye Chababa Yat Abhashayashraya Shuddhyandidasmai Prabhavishnave Namaha. So 9 types of races who are not outside this Varnashram system, namely Kirada, Andhra, Fyuna, Andhra, Pulinda, Pulkasha, Abhira, Shumba, Yavana, Kasa. 9 groups. This verse is very, very elaborate properties given by Srila Prabhupada. Is describing all these 9 types. These 9 types of races outside Varnashram system. Even if they are addicted to sinful acts, they can be purified by taking shelter of the devotees of the Lord. Ye anyecha baba yet abhashayashraya. Abhashayashraya means taking shelter of the devotees who have taken shelter of Krishna. And if you take shelter of such devotees, Shuddhen Vidasmai, you also become purified. So unto that, the powerful Vishnu, powerful Krishna, my respectful obeisances. So there are people outside the Varnashram system. Even though they are our Varnashram system, they are qualified to be taken into fold of Krishna. Krishna said, everyone is qualified, nobody is rejected. That is the beauty of Veda system. Even those outside the Varnashram system also, they can also be purified. Such is the potency of devotees of Krishna. And how he treated them? He treated them by never left them alone at home. I mean, he was always present. How he is able to be present in all the houses? Narada was amazed, taken aback, when he went to each and every houses of the 16,108 queens. He found Krishna with them always. How it's possible? Krishna expanded himself into 16,108 forms. In a video, one of these Islamic scholars, Zakir Naik, was telling that yes, the Muslim society is they're allowed to marry many times. He asked me, what is the problem? See, Krishna is marrying so many girls. So what is wrong if a Muslim can marry 5 wives? He said the basic principle is justice only. Justice means if the man can take care of every lady, then he can take as many wives as possible. So what is his justice? He should be able to provide for every woman he has married, look after their comforts, give them all sorts of comforts, wealth and all that. But however great he may be such a person, can he be simultaneously present with all his wives? That means Krishna is not living alone. Krishna, every second, he is with his wife. Is it possible for human beings? So if we have one wife also, it will not be possible for us. Suppose we have 2 wives, how is it possible for us to be always with the 2 wives? So it was not very nice on the part of Zakir Naik to compare ordinary jivas with Krishna. You cannot compare ordinary jivas with Krishna. So Krishna is always Krishna, supreme. and Jiva is always Jiva. So don't compare Krishna, Jivas with Krishna. Krishna can do anything. Can we do anything? Not possible. So these are the stuti, glories of the Kaurava ladies. In the beginning itself, it is said that Brahmanas also uttering, they're reciting some Vedic hymns. But more pleasing than the hymns of Brahmanas were the stuti of these Kaurava ladies, which has not come to an end. Krishna was very pleased with that. Said that while the ladies of capital Hasana were greeting him and talking this way, Lord smiling accepted their good greetings and cast his gaze of glance. By casting his glance, Vishwanath Chakravarti says, he puts them in Chantarasa, and by smiling, he puts them in Madhurya Rasa. Previously, the girls, these ladies of Kaurava, they were feeling themselves inferior when compared to the queens of Dwaraka and the gopis of Vrindavan. Now Krishna, very pleased with their prayers, awards some this Madhurya Rasa. This is the greatness, beauty of Krishna by his way. He also gives them the same status which the Dwaraka queens were having. And the next verse, Krishna, he said, he was at Krishna after smiling with them, and then he departed. Yayau. Sasmidana Yayau Hari, he left. But Yudhishthira was very concerned with Krishna's safety. So he said, Jada Shatru Pudanam Gopi Dada Gopi Khaya Madidusha Parebhya Shangida Sneha Prayumta Chadurangini. Maharaja Yudhishthira, although no one's enemy, engaged 4 divisions of defenses: horses, elephants, chariots, and army. This is a 4 system. Previously, any king was having this large force of horses, elephants, chariots, and foot soldiers. They were very powerful because the more you have elephants and horses, the more powerful you are. He wanted to protect Krishna because he first wanted by affection. There is some fear also that there may be some demonic nature people who may want to harm Krishna. These demons were relatives and friends of the Kauravas. So many kingdoms, 11 Akshani, isn't it? 11 Akshani of Kauravas was completely destroyed. And there were many friends and relatives of these people who knew that the reason why Pandavas won and Kauravas were devastated was simply because on account of Krishna only. So that becomes a common knowledge. So these demonic people were very angry with Krishna, and they wanted to take revenge on Krishna. So Yudhishthira could understand this. So out of concern for Krishna's security and also out of his affection, Yudhishthira knew, of course, Krishna is supreme. Nobody can touch him. He's invincible. But because of his loving affection for Krishna, he wanted to protect Krishna. This is the nature of devotees. And Krishna is also happy to be protected by the devotees. Devotees think, no, my Krishna is so helpless and so sweet. And I have to protect him from all these demonic nature people. This is my duty. Otherwise, how my Krishna can rid of these asuras unless I help him? So this is a mentality of the devotees. It's always every second a concern about Krishna, how to give him maximum service. And Krishna appreciates that. And Krishna feels very happy when he's taken care by these devotees, when he's protected by devotees. Srila Prabhupada used to say that you have to double lock the doors of the temples. Double lock the doors of temples so that Krishna inside the temple altar is protected from thieves and robbers. So devotees are like that. Yashoda Mataji, Vasudeva, sorry, Nanda Bhavaji, all the time they are very much concerned about demons attacking my sweet son, trying to kill him. So every time they're worried about this. Try to protect Krishna in as many ways as possible. And Yudhishthira is also a devotee. So he wants to protect Krishna. And so he engages his 4-division army to escort Krishna till he reached safely in Dwara. That's how glorious the devotees are. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
पतितानां पावनेभ्य वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।